So welcome back, and if you're wondering why I'm doing a voiceover, it's basically because silly me forgot to turn on the mic during some parts of the video, but I hope you don't mind. And as you could see, that storm was quite invigorating. That was in the week before I made this video. Yeah, it did stop me from actually doing a lot of stuff sooner, but it's just a delay, nothing else, because here I'm back at it. And the first thing I'm going to be doing is actually putting down a tarp so that I can have no vegetation coming up through the deck. And yeah, it's going to make my deck last a little bit longer and look a little bit more nice. This is a basic plastic membrane that lets water through but doesn't let the vegetation through. After replacing the tarp, next up is putting down the girders or the joists for the main deck and hooking up to the pillars that I already dug in the last video. So yeah, let's get to that. So the sun is shining, yay! The rain is gone for now. So I've been working on this piece here. I've just set it up with a couple of screws just to hold it together, and I will be coming back with bolts and bolting it together. But I've got 3 of them more left. And also, if you're wondering why I've strewn about the lumber, it's basically just to hold down the tarp before I can get a proper sand on it or just finish the deck. Which comes first? That's the question. But yeah, I've got this end here that I need to piece onto, and this piece here. And there's one gonna go on the wall, but I'm gonna do it last, and you'll see why in hopefully a couple of minutes. So back at it again. So yesterday I was putting in the trusses. I don't know. Please comment below and tell me what the name is. I just can't for the life of me remember or know. So yeah, I put these 3 in, and of course I decided to scurry in yesterday because there was wind and tarp has been blowing all over. But I'm going to be using these rocks over here to place onto it just to hold it in place. But I did put extra lumber here on just to cover up the tarp so it wouldn't blow away. So earlier this morning there was somewhat windy, so I decided not to do this morning. But here I am, it's almost evening and this wind has settled down. So what I'm going to be doing now is these here are now level this way. But my idea is to get them level this way, and to do that I need to place timber onto it so I can actually level it out. The thing is, I don't have a laser because they're hella expensive. So I decided, yeah, I'm just going to be using an old school way of just placing lumber over it, which is straight, and just use this over here, which eludes me at the moment. So I'm just going to see if it's level, and I can raise them up and down. Because if you can see here, these are on a screw, so I can just loosen up the top screw and then just push it up a little bit after what is needed. So that is what I'm going to be doing now. So yesterday when I was trying to balance out the beams, yeah, I discovered, one row is way too high. And it's the end row, the one clearest to the road. This one here, it's too high, way too high. I shouldn't have been so happy about, not having to dig further down. But now my issue is I have to actually, dig up the concrete and place it further down. Oh yeah, that's gonna be fun, real fun. Well, let's do that. Okay, the hole for the deck is a lot better. I have made it more fitting for my deck foundation. Anyways, still with the deck jokes. So yeah, I lowered this one for around about 5 to 7 centimeters, which is 2 to 3 inches. And what I'm going to be doing next is from this one over to this one and that one and all the way to the end. I'm going to make a slit in the ground so the truss or whatever it's called fits better, so it's going to be lower. And I also might just chop a little bit off the end of that one just to make it even lower. That should bring the deck down about 4 to 5 centimeters, hopefully. Let's do that. And yeah, if you watched this far along, how about hitting the like and subscribe button? It really helps. I'm hoping for 600 someday soon. I said October. Well, let's try that one. Okay, it's done. Yes, hell yeah. So I was able to lower this one quite a bit, especially since I may have overcompensated here. Never mind that. But these are actually perfect now. I did, as you saw, cut off a little bit off the end here, just so it would sit a little bit more flush. So now I'm actually able to make it a little bit more balanced. So this is going to be the height, because basically I can't go any further without actually just removing this part more, or just removing it entirely. So now I just have to balance it out here, and that's going to be the next thing I'm going to be doing. But I'm so grateful, but I'm so happy that I actually was able to fix that mistake. And yeah, everybody makes mistakes. I'm no exception for that. And those who say they don't make mistakes, they have never lived or done anything, or are just plain narcissists. So yeah, I'm happy to be accepting my mistakes. Just makes it a little bit more better when I actually finish it. When I catch the mistakes before they become major issues. But yeah, so now leveling this up. Okay, they've all been balanced out. I'm so happy about that. So it actually looks pretty good now. Couldn't be happier. Yeah, that one over there was way too high, and I wasn't able to put in the bracket that I'm going to use to anchor it to the concrete here on the side. But that's fixed now, so everything's looking good. So next up is the trusses, or whatever it's called. Just hit me up in the comments and tell me the right name for it in English, and if you're Icelandic, in Icelandic too, because I for the life of me don't know. But yeah, I need to put up these here, girders, boards, whatever, and then I can put the boards on. So yeah, that's next up. And if you're wondering why I haven't put on the wall yet, it's basically because I'm going to use the trusses that come here and into the wall as a way to show me where I need to put them. So I'm just keeping that simple. Because I know this is level, so this here lumber that's going on will then keep it perfect. It's gonna be good. But yeah, on to the next stage.
What comes around goes around, my man. Say hey, hey, say hey, hey. Forth and back, and just like that, you're going down for heaven's gate. I gotta tell it to the right, we're going
Ah, yes, that went well. And thank you, Brent, for the help. Yeah, all that help actually helped a lot. So really thank you. So these beams after today are all straight and balanced. So that's perfect. Next is going to be these here beams, which is going to be tomorrow. So yeah, it's all coming along. It's freaking awesome. I have a small spot over there which I have to add also, but that's going to be done tomorrow because I have to actually run to the hardware store and pick up one of those nail-ish thing. Where did I put it? Yeah, a larger size of these I have to go and pick up at the hardware store. And also the beams are secured to the concrete here. I only did on one side, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna do the both sides. Might, don't know. We'll find out. But yeah, good day's job, I think. So back at it tomorrow.
No
Well, another fantastic weather today. Yeah, good weather. Good weather to build the deck. So all the framework, the lowest level of the framework is done. I finished that one yesterday. It was the only thing I could do because I had to run errand all day. But now are going to be these here. Trusses, I think, don't know yet, don't remember. But anyways, I'm going to get that all finished and then I should be ready. Yeah, ready to rock. Calling it quits today. As you can see, I'm almost out of sunlight, but I think I was pretty productive today. So yeah, I was able to almost finish these ones. And the calculations, the machine I used, or if I'm just doing it wrong, anyways, is that I need 7 more of these trusses. I'm just gonna call them trusses or joists. I don't know what. But yeah, I need 7 more of those, and I need a lot more of the ties, the brackets, for getting it all together. And yeah, I'm actually gonna leave. I'm gonna get an extra more space here, but that's just fine because I'm gonna be using that as how to stick the posts for the fence itself there. But yeah, I have to run errands tomorrow and buy all the stuff. It's gonna be fun. And I can definitely say my right hand is completely kaput. Yeah, absolutely. Haven't used it that much since I was a teenager. But yeah, so tomorrow. So next day, and yeah. I did pick up the extra lumber I needed, so that's there. I also have the extra brackets and everything. So yeah, let's finish the framework. Yeah. And maybe fix the tarp. But yeah, let's start. Yay. So everything's been nailed. Yes, finally. So I did, well, kinda, sorta, everything's been nailed. I need to buy an extra pack of nails because I ran out of nails, but I was able to fasten everything. But just for that added security, I want to add a couple of more nails. So my next step is cutting this off, trim it off. So yeah, let's see where that takes us. So I think I did a pretty good job, considering the framing of the deck and everything like that. But yeah, if you disagree, then hit me up in the comments and everything like that. And remember to subscribe. But back to the deck. So the framework is all in. What is left now is of course the decking itself, and I need to place posts over here. There are going to be a grand total of 11 posts with cladding in between, so I get a fence. But yeah, I think that's going to be for next week. I think I said before in the video, is that I need to buy a couple of more nails, maybe 250 of them, which I'm never going to use all of them, but I think there needs a couple of more nails. And considering the posts, I need to talk to my brother-in-law who's a carpenter and see what's the best way to fix them so they don't blow away, because we've got wind here. Yeah, that's one thing for sure. But also I've noticed that the electrical cord there that is for the outlet over there, that needs to be fixed. And my idea is to drill a hole and bring it up through the cladding so the line itself is gone. And if you're wondering why the water is on one side and the hose is on one side and the water spout is on one side, is because basically the original owner had the idea of putting a jacuzzi here. I'm not a hot tub kind of guy, so I'll rather go to the pool. It's more social for me and so on. But I want to have the possibility of still, if I decide to change my mind, if I decide to change my mind and add the jacuzzi later on, I can just add it, just have to bulk up where it's going to be. But I do want to also keep the possibility of having the basic possibility of still being able to clean my car, of course, and so on. So what I'm going to be using is, I'm actually just going to move this here metal bracket to the inside, somewhere over here. And I'm going to use this here when the deck is completely on top. I should have space to squeeze the hose under if needed. And I actually might, come to think of it, just leave this here and just have the hose under here during the summertime. That might be even the simplest of it all. But yeah. But this definitely needs to be make a hole here and drag the electrical wire. Might even use this here hole, which is already there. Obviously a knot. So yeah, the electrical is going over here. Water stays because I'm not gonna be changing that anyways. And of course here in between is going to be I'm definitely going to have to move it a little bit because there's going to be a fence here. But all in all, and this line here came out excellent, but all in all I'm really happy with what I've been able to accomplish when the weather has been playing good and I haven't had to run any errands. But yeah, there's a lot of work left, but there's a lot of work done. And I'm actually just super happy of how it has progressed and over the moon. Yeah, sorry about the few deck jokes, but there'll probably be a couple in the next video. But I'll just call it quits here and continue with the decking and the posts and the fence and everything in next week, because I need to edit this video so you can see it now on Sunday, because today is Saturday. And I may want to get a beer to celebrate what I've done today and the last couple of days. So I hope your weekend was awesome, and I hope Monday is not a bore. If you like what I'm doing here, please hit the subscribe and like button. But on the next video, that's going to be in a week. No buts, no ifs. Next video is going to be in a week. So I'll see you there. Until next time, see ya.